It's Friday, March 25th. Welcome to the Daily Shed. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Shed. It is Friday, Good Friday, and it has been a Good Friday. Today, I work for the state, so I've had the day off for spring break, and I spent it out in the yard working on this fence project, which, if you've seen on Instagram, has been a 2 or 3 week long process now. The tools, batteries have to charge, so I thought I'd take a moment out of the day, take a rest, have a tea, and we can talk. So, Friday on the Shed is bye day, as in a week off. So a day off where I'm going to answer your questions and do a few other things. Before I get to the questions, this gigantic blank wall behind me is blank because the way my house is constructed, there's no structural support behind this drywall. The support that's back there is really only made to hold drywall. I can't hang cabinets or anything on that wall unless I were to suspend it from the ceiling because the floor joists are up there. So I thought, first, it's a perfect place for the shed sign. So we're going to hang that up there today. And second, that's a perfect place for you to participate in the show. So if you want to put something on the wall, send it to me. The address will be in the description, and I'll put it here, I think. And we can put stuff on the wall. Stickers, posters, wall art, whatever you want. Advertisements for your company, that's fine. Send it to me, and this will kind of be the community wall. I'll stick whatever you got up there. If you do send me something and you want it on the wall, please put like shed wall. We'll call it shed wall on the box. If you don't want it on the wall or whatever, that's fine. And if you send me stuff, I'll open it on Fridays. We'll do it on camera, and we can all celebrate whatever it is that you send. So I thought that'd be like a fun community thing we could do. Put stuff on the wall. Do I have notes here for today? I don't have notes here for today. I just have questions. So let's talk about questions. It's hot. I had 3 good questions I took down here. If there were more and I missed yours, I apologize. Let me know and we'll do yours next Friday. The first one was from Josh Plays, asked, what is your favorite thing to work on? Man, that's a toughie. Like, I love doing so much stuff. If you're talking about in the shop, I just like to make stuff. So, but my favorite stuff to work on would probably be like fixing tools or my motorcycle or my truck. I really enjoy working on mechanical things. My favorite thing to do for work is my board game job. I absolutely love working on board games, and from design to sales and all the stuff that goes along with publishing. I also really like writing code. There's a lot of things that I enjoy working on, but thanks for the question. The second question is from Peter. Peter, I'm probably going to destroy your name, but I'm going to try it anyway. Peter Horajowski? Something like that. Peter says, most ambitious jig you want to build? I don't really build a whole lot of jigs. For those of you that aren't makers, a jig is simply something that you build to help you do a repeatable task accurately. So I don't build a whole lot of jigs, and that's mostly because I do one-off projects and I really don't have a need to have a whole bunch of repeatable things. But the funny thing is, I came down here this morning and I built this jig today because I want to hang this on the wall, and I'll show you in a little bit. So I did build a jig today. If I were to build a jig right now, probably I need a box joint jig, but I really don't want to do one of the screw advanced jigs like John Hines or Matthias's jig or any of those kind of crazy contraptions. I perfectly okay with the jig that has just a block to move each finger, because I'm not really going to ever do different size finger joints. So that, I guess, a box string jig. I think it's a good. I guess that's an answer. Thanks for the question. And Techno Sinister Way Past Cool asks, what is your favorite tool? Oh, my absolute favorite tool I carry with me every day, and that is my Victorinox. I believe this is the Tinker model. It has the scissors and the pliers on it. I got this. This is a 5-star gift, which basically, when I was working for Chrysler as a mechanic, we were a 5-car dealership, or a 5-star dealership, and they used to give gifts for 5-star dealers, employees. So this has been in my pocket for 12 years, 11 years, something like that. 11 or 12 years I've had this in my pocket, and it is by far my most used favorite tool ever. It's starting to crack. This side's going to fall off soon, which really makes me sad, but I hope they still make this model, because when I replace it, I want the same one. So we'll see. My favorite power tool is going to be my bandsaw. I never used a bandsaw my whole life. My dad didn't have one. We didn't have that in wood shop or anything like that. And I decided I wanted one, and a friend had one that he didn't want, and he gave it to me. And it was busted up, and it needed some work. I put it together, and like the moment I used it, I was in love. This is my go-to saw for just about everything. Love, love, love the bandsaw. So thanks for the question. That's all the questions. I really just wanted to talk to you guys about the shed wall today. So let's use this jig that I made. And so what this is a trim router, battery-powered trim router, and I have in there a keyhole bit. And maybe you can see it better if I do it like this. And a keyhole bit, if you've ever had a sign that hangs on the wall and it has a big hole with a slot and you put the screw in and it drops out in, that's what this bit does. It makes that type of hole. It cuts the big hole, then you plunge down and it cuts a shank. So this jig that I made, we take our shed sign and we clamp this jig on there like such, and then we're going to run the router in this pocket. So the router will go like this, and then a slot will doink, and then stop. And that way the holes are evenly spaced from the top and they're level. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll adjust the camera so you can see better. We're going to make sure we know what the top side is. This is up. So we're going to take this little jig, butt it up against it. I'm not even going to clamp it. I'm just going to hold it. That's risky, but we'll see what happens. This might be loud. The hardest part about this job of keyholing is the sawdust builds up in here. And this big part, and it's harder to get the bit back out. But there you go. That's a keyhole. Now if we take a screw and we want to mount this on the wall, the screw head will fit in this big slot, and then there you go. Oh, you can't see that. Screw head goes in, doink, hangs on the wall. So we'll cut another one. This is what I was just talking about. I should have made the jig so it comes off over top of the router. Well, this is fun. there we go. Now we have two parallel holes that we can mount this thing on the wall. So let's do that. So this is drywall, and when hanging things, you should put an anchor in, but I'm not going to. Because it's just a thing. I'm not putting a shelf on it. Measure these. We are at 11 centimeters on center. These are the screws that I was using on the fence, so we'll go ahead and just use them. That's still charging. Where's my battery? Oh, it's on the router. And I think about something like that should work. I don't really want to put it in the center because then you won't see it during the normal videos because I don't show that. I think I want to put it over here. So we'll try that. We'll mark that hole. It helps if you grab the right screwdriver. Remember when I was saying that there's no structure behind here? We hit it. This is a superior walls basement, which basically means it's a pre-poured concrete slab, and there's just a thin galvanized metal strip that runs in here that the plywood attaches to. And I just hit it because I said my level is outside. So we'll do this type of leveling job. 50 centimeters, 50 centimeters. I actually got it pretty darn close. There we are. So, community shed wall, send me some stuff to hang up there. We'll open it on camera and hang it. Thank you all for participating all week long. I honestly didn't know what to expect from this series. I thought that I would get bummed out by it, but I'm totally anxiously awaiting next Monday. If you have suggestions for next week's topic or next week's theme, if we want to do a theme week, put that in the comments below. Have a good weekend. I will be here on Monday. It's a day off for Easter, but that's fine. Have a good Easter weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this with all of your friends. See you next week.